In our last video, Seo Yun slew the Manticore using just a metal pipe as a weapon. This event greatly increased the lecture progress he has from Buddha, Chiron, and Shangyu. While Seo Yun was in a daze after the fight, Seo Yun was baffled at the sight of the Manticore being cleaved by just a mere metal pipe. Even though the Manticore now only had 2 star of power due to severe injuries, it was still a former 4-star beast. What's more, was that it was killed by a corpse mover who was not a hunter and without a proper weapon to boot. Snapping out of his daze, Seo Yun remembered Manchul and quickly ran to him to check his condition. Seo Yun was making his good friend wasn't injured or anything and advised him to go see a doctor just to be on the safe side. Everybody started to gather around Seo Yun to congratulate him and thank him for saving them from the monster. While this was happening, Seo Yun was just staring at them and murmured to herself that he finally found the proper cadet. Later that day, when it was time to go home, everyone went on separate ways while saying their goodbyes to each other. Seo Yun once again reminded Manchul to go see a doctor. Manchul helplessly agreed as Seo Yun was pestering him throughout the day. As Manchul left, Seo Yun checked his phone and saw the progress of his enrolled lectures. He was shocked to see the progress increase by that much after a single battle compared to just listening to the lectures. This just shows that the best way to increase the lecture progress rate was to apply what Seo Yun understood in the lectures in actual combat. But the real problem was that Seo Yun needed to enter a hunter academy to get a temporary license, which was also a requirement for him to be able to enter dungeon raids. In the end, Seo Yun has to attend a hunter academy that could give him the license because the Transcension Academy only offers lectures. While Seo Yun's thoughts were all over the place, Seo Yun was following him from behind. She called out to Seo Yun asking if he could spare a moment to talk. Seo Yun recognized Seo Yun and he agreed to talk with her. Hearing Seo Yun's agreement, she did not beat around the bush and went straight to the point, asking Seo Yun if he could come with her to meet her grandfather, the Sword Star, Park Minchul. But to her disappointment and disbelief, Seo Yun also straight up rejected the offer. Transcension Academy's instructors were more powerful than the Sword Star. Why would he go out of his way to meet another human of this world? Though Park Minchul was one of the strongest hunters to date, but the same can't be said in the future. With his rejection, Seo Yun immediately left to hurry home and listen to some lectures. However, Seo Yun wasn't going to let the opportunity to pocket a proper cadet go to waste and approached Seo Yun again to explain the terms of the offer. After explaining the details, Seo Yun already sums up the information he understood. It is that Seo Yun wants Seo Yun to enroll in her academy, which was registered only on paper with no cadets whatsoever. Seo Yun sensed that Seo Yun was about to reject the terms again, and quickly explained that her academy has all he would need, from pieces of equipment to the facilities. She also talked about the lack of instructors, but as she was about to offer that she could teach him, Seo Yun cut her saying he doesn't need the instructions of the academy. Hearing Seo Yun's blatant rejection, she offered what other cadets always wished for. She offered the guidance of the Sword Star, her grandfather. She was sure Seo Yun would bite it, but to her dismay, Seo Yun rejected the offer again without even the slightest hesitation. This dumbfounded Seo Yun, as no one has ever rejected the guidance of her grandfather ever before. But Seo Yun was far from giving up on Seo Yun. She only needs a proper cadet. Having someone who's not after his grandfather's guidance was also a good thing, so she thinks of other reasons to make Seo Yun think that joining her academy would be more beneficial for him than demerits. With a last-ditch effort of pulling Seo Yun to her academy, she asked him about the raids. According to her, Seo Yun won't be able to join dungeon raids without being affiliated with any hunter academy. Responding to her worries, Seo Yun wondered if it would also be the same if he were to join her academy, as it was only registered on paper and doesn't have any cadets at all. It was basically non-existent. Hearing Seo Yun's reply, Seo Yun quickly added that her academy received the same authorization and she will help him to start raiding immediately. After saying that, she noticed that Seo Yun bit the bait. She did not waste any more time and throw another bait to pull him in. She stated that she will not meddle with Seo Yun's training and will also provide a training area for him, as this was one of his reasons earlier for rejecting her offer to join her academy. She also said that she will not ask for any payment, including the tuition. Hearing about these terms, Seo Yun stopped in his tracks. Seo Yun did not just throw a bait that was alluring to Seo Yun, she threw a dynamite just to make sure Seo Yun won't be able to reject her offers anymore. But Seo Yun was aware that there are no free meals in this world. If there are perks, there's definitely a duty also. Seo Yun asked Seo Yun about the duty he has to do in exchange for the offers she just gave. Seo Yun said that in exchange, before he passed the Pro Hunter exams, Seo Yun should attend several competitions under her academy name. She's asking Seo Yun to be the advertiser of her academy in exchange for the amenities he would enjoy. Seo Yun thought that the conditions were acceptable and the offer was tempting. It will solve every worry he has been thinking about in one fell swoop. But still, his suspicion was not out of the box yet. The conditions were good and all, but it was too good to be true that it almost felt like a scam, so he asked Seo Yun why she was going to this extent to recruit him to her academy. Without a second thought or even the slightest bit of hesitation, Seo Yun answered that he saw potential in Seojun. Hearing this, Seojun was satisfied. His worries were out of the box now and he can finally fill it with trust, and extend his hands to formally accept her terms and conditions, and agreed to join her academy. For now, he understood that the both of them were just using each other, but he can't shake the feeling that at some point, they will become each other's will. The both of them shook their hands and the rest of the day was omitted, well, partly. The next day, Seojun was already in front of a building. His phone rang as Manchul was calling him. Seojun answered the call, and what greeted Seojun was an inquisitive question from Manchul asking what has he done yesterday, and it seems like the work leader today has suddenly changed. Seojun remembered that yesterday, she asked Seo Yun about something. It seems like he asked her to tell the company that he was working for, that she will not be willing to work with them as she doesn't like the work leader. This evil man finally had his revenge. Deserved though. Seojun faked his innocence and said that the manager could have just resigned himself concerning the latest accident to take responsibility. Manchul did not buy this reason, but he was relieved that that person wasn't around anymore. Manchul then asked Seojun if he was on his way to the academy, which Seojun confirmed to him. Seojun ended the call following Seojun's calling out to him. She gave Seojun's temporary license, which he gladly accepted. Seojun looked at his temporary license and thought that even though he wasn't a pro hunter yet, this is the first step toward it. With a bright face, Seojun asked Seo Yun about the method of dungeon raiding. Seo Yun said that there was no need for it as they will immediately go straight for it after he choose his weapon. She already made an appointment for a dungeon in any case he needed it right away. Cut to when they were already inside the dungeon, Seojun asked Seo Yun why she went in with him when they already agreed to not meddle with each other. She replied that she can't just neglect their soul cadet and he should just treat it as a special, one-on-one, saved only for the academy's hopefuls. As Seo Yun was explaining, it seems like they were inside a kobold dungeon right now. Kobolds were 2-star monsters and it was a perfect dungeon for a first-timer like Seojun who has zero dungeon experience. Seojun also noticed that the mana defense of the kobold he just defeated was easily pierced, just like what happened to the Manticore. His attacks weren't imbued with mana yet as he wasn't proficient with it, yet the attacks of someone like him who can't use mana were effective. This effect amazed Seojun, but what amazed him even more was that after defeating the monsters, his lecture progress has gone up. Though the increase wasn't drastic as the same when he defeated the Manticore, but with just 2 kobolds, the increase was very much worth it going to a dungeon, plus he could also earn money by raiding dungeons. Seojun notified Seo Yun that he will increase the pace of hunting and dashed towards the next kobold with glee, as he described what was happening right now as the same as grinding experience in games. After some time, Seojun and Seo Yun finished raiding the dungeon and were back now in their academy building. Seo Yun was looking at the weird Seojun as if he lost his mind, staring at a blank phone as soon as they returned. Looking back, Seo Yun found several things that were weirder during the dungeon raid. Seojun was supposed to be an inexperienced cadet, yet he can massacre kobolds like he has 10 years of experience in hunting. He's also doing the same type of weird exercise while moving the corpses of the defeated kobolds. While Seo Yun was struggling to think of a way to hide the fact that she has a new cadet to his grandfather, Seojun shouted that it was already midnight and he hasn't finished all of the lectures. This made Seo Yun think that Seojun was something like Cinderella and questioned herself if she made the right decision. Moments later, as Seojun was walking back to his single-room house, Seojun was smiling brightly while staring at his bank account. He was very happy that he was able to gain this much money in one day. To get this much, he did all of the corpse moving and dismantling, so it took him too much time, and left with no time to listen to some lectures. He thought that it might be more efficient if he hires someone to do it for him. He then thought of old man Manchul. He thought that it might be a good idea since he wanted to keep in touch with the old man, and Manchul starting his own moving service wasn't a bad idea either. While Seojun was crossing the crossroad, he was thinking of ways to spend the almost $10,000 he has earned. He thought that the dungeon raid helped him increase his lecture progress, but as he continued raiding the kobolds, his lecture progress slowed down, and at the last kobold he defeated, it didn't increase at all. Seojun was looking for the fastest way to increase his progress to get stronger, as strong as the heavenly great sage, Sun Wukong. As he thought of the name, Seojun remembered the lecture that would give him a rank S skill if he completed the lecture. He quickly looked for the lecture and when finally found it, immediately selected register. A notification then appeared telling Seojun that the registration fee was $27 million. Seojun was dumbfounded by the overwhelming price of the lecture. It does live up to his name as the lecture from the heavenly great sage with an additional S-ranked skill. After Seojun knew of the fee, he felt defeated as he squatted in the middle of the sidewalk. He then gave up the thought of registering for the said lecture and thought if Transcension Academy sells any items. With a quick search, he found the section of the Transcension Academy that sells pieces of equipment. After entering the section, he was greeted by the sight of different transcendental equipment and weapons that were sold there. Though all of them were only replicas of the original, they were all mythic items and they were only considered training equipment. This thought gave joy to Seojun. He quickly looked for something he can use right away and he picked the Lance of Longinus. After selecting the purchase button, a notification quickly appeared saying that the causality rate was being calculated to give an appropriate price. Moments later, the price was revealed to Seojun, but whatever it is, this made Seojun desperate the next morning as he was doing his daily tasks. Seo Yun saw his desperation and asked what's the problem. Seojun did not hear her and was completely engrossed in his thoughts. He was still grumbling about yesterday's price reveal. It seems like the Lance of Longinus was $100,000. His $10,000 did not even get close to that amount. He even thought of taking a loan, buy the spear, and then reselling it later, but the system said no, as the pieces of equipment sold there were created by the passing students of Transcension Academy, so second-hand resell was prohibited. As Seojun was grumbling about his monetary problems, Seo Yun approached him, asking if he have some time. Seo Yun was asking him to join an academy competition. It is where numerous academies attend to show off their supremacy. Basically, it's a place where they evaluate an academy's level. There are variations in these competitions, but the academy competition is at the 4th level league in those competitions. If an academy performs well in the competition, it will have the right to participate in a higher league. This will increase the academy's applicants and get authorized by the government, hence each hunter academies send their best hopefuls. For this competition, Seo Yun wants Seojun to participate under the name of their academy, the Dream Academy. Hearing the explanation for this competition, Seojun thought it was not a bad idea to participate. It's what they agreed upon and it can help him raise the lecture progress as well as give him experience that he lacks right now. After he expressed his willingness to participate, Seojun asked about the specifics of the upcoming tournament to Seoyun. Seoyun said that she did not know the specifics of the competition, but it was usually measured by combining the scores of the dungeon raid and the cadet tournament. Cadet tournament, Seojun realized that he doesn't have experience fighting against other cadets compared to monsters. Also, his fighting experience with monsters was only limited to kobolds and the Manticore, which was hardly an experience. Seojun thought that if he wants to make a good performance in the competition, he needs to spar against someone to sharpen his fighting experience against other cadets. But knowing this academy, which was non-existent and also has only one cadet at the moment, Seojun was in a pinch. Seojun then remembered that Seoyun was also there. She was not a cadet, but she was once before, and fighting against someone who was a rank B hunter will be beneficial for him. Not that he has any other choices to choose from. In addition, Seoyun was the granddaughter of the Sword Star, which Minchul personally taught. Seojun asked Seoyun if she could spar with him for a moment, which shocked her. She did not expect that he will ask her, knowing that she was a rank B hunter. Nevertheless, she agreed while still asking if this is the right decision, a hunter fighting against a cadet. Before they started, Seoyun asked Seojun once again if he was serious with his decision, which he confirmed and asked her to go easy on him. The both of them then went into their respective position and stances. Seoyun was holding a sword while Seojun was wielding a spear. To start the spar, Seoyun conceded the first blow and told Seojun to come at her when he was ready. Seojun did not waste his time and charged over toward Seoyun. Seoyun saw his clumsy strides and parried his attacks like it was nothing. As Seojun kept on attacking, Seoyun also kept on dodging while she assessed his attack prowess, which he considered predictable. She thought that she overestimated his fighting prowess back in the Kobold dungeon. After observing him and his actions, Seoyun decided to finish it in one move as she imbued mana in her wooden sword. She swung it over to Seojun thinking that it was over, but to her surprise, Seojun managed to block her attack imbued with mana. He looked like he's struggling, but he stopped it. Seoyun was bewildered. How can he stop an attack imbued with mana when he was just a cadet without knowledge of how to use one? She thought that the weapon would have been thrown off and he will point her sword towards his neck and finish the spar. That was how it was supposed to be, but Seojun was receiving her attacks like it was a normal swing without mana. Seojun was oblivious to Seoyun's bewilderment. He just focused on blocking and parrying Seoyun's attacks. He received all blows imbued with mana. He was definitely injured as he wiped off a streak of blood beside his mouth, but his face was painted with a smile of determination, and with yet another charge, Seojun said that he will give it his all this time around. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe for more videos like this and comment if you want to see another part. That's all for this video. See you in the next recap.